of the Comma.ai self-driving car system. He says that car has the best support for it and can support actually many car manufacturers, 325 plus cars. It looks really cool, and he's thinking about getting it, but what do we think? Would you trust this? And for anybody who doesn't know, Comma.ai, I've been aware of them. They've been around for a long, long time. It's actually a company founded by George Geohotz and people from way back in the early days of the iPhone when jailbreaking was a thing might know who that is. He was a developer, well, a kid really at the time. I think he was like 15 or 16. And he was like the number one guy doing iPhone jailbreaks. So an iPhone would come out and he would jailbreak them and then publish that stuff. I think he actually also eventually got a job for Apple for a brief
period. Is that right?
Yeah,
actually, it makes sense.
They like hired him, and then he started
Quit breaking our phones.
This company, which is like an aftermarket AI self-driving system, and they've been working on it. I guess they're on version 4 now. It sounds like for decades. And I think the reason the CRV, and I could be wrong on this, but I think I remember. I think the reason the CRV is so advanced for it is I believe that's the vehicle George had that he originally started. Like, I forget what year model it was. Like, it was like, an old one. And he started developing for that. So like just the integration systems and stuff like that. But I think it uses a lot of the built-in stuff. And I think it uses, obviously they don't have a lot of the advanced LiDAR sensors and stuff like that. As far as I'm aware, at least with the original development, it was all based on the camera systems, kind of like what Tesla, the sort of the model of self-driving that Tesla's been going after with not having a bunch of extra LiDAR stuff. But
yeah, it is. But I looked into this because I was like, oh, I'm super my Subaru 2025 Outback has some like advanced assistance features. I wouldn't call it self-driving, but it certainly does things where it drives much of the time for me. Right. And so I looked at this, and this basically does the same thing that my current car does. So it's worth looking at. If your car doesn't do these things, I highly recommend looking into this because it is life-changing. But it is not doing full self-driving. It's doing lane centering, adaptive cruise, and then the one thing that it does that my car doesn't and other cars will do is that it will do lane changing too, which is that's a little more advanced. But the lane centering and adaptive cruise, like you said, these would have to tap into the car's existing systems and sensors. Like if the car doesn't have any kind of lane assist.
So you're saying my 92 Saturn isn't going to
probably not, Pete. Yeah. Well, right, but like it needs to have the capability of adjusting your steering. This could do more with it, but it's got to be able to tap into something that exists because you're not attaching something to your steering wheel. You're plugging this in, I think, to the OBD2 connector on your car and leveraging the car's cameras and all those things. And it has its own cameras. It's a dash cam as well and all those other things. And the adaptive cruise, of course, your car has to have cruise control to begin with. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to. There's no system for it to go and touch to do these things. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. It's about $1,000. And yeah, but like versus a car that, if you're buying a new car, think of the functionality. And they say that unlike what I have to deal with in my car, which, when I'm on the highway and it's keeping me in the lane and adaptive cruise and doing all the things every, 30 seconds, it's like, make sure you put your hands on the wheel. It's like, yeah. I know. I freaking know. Like, dude, a lot of times it'll tell me to put my hands on the wheel, like after I've changed lanes. It's like, oh, your car changed lanes, put your hands on the wheel. It's like, how do you think the car changed lanes? You were keeping it in the lane. I moved it. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But it says it can drive for hours without driver action, which is very cool. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
I always like it when my hands are on the steering wheel and it says, put hands on wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's aligned. It's going right down the road with no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not true FSD. I mean, again, I think that's the ultimate goal, but
Right. Oh, it'll get there. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Interesting. I love it. I think it's great that this exists. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun stuff.